And away and racing. Amber Highway from the middle of the field with Glasgow Girl wide out amongst the first to go, but they'll both be burned off by Mordor. No Dice is going to occupy fourth spot soon after the start, landing into an ideal place here for Pike soon after the start. Then Lucky Landing, getting up on its inside is Civvy Street. Desert Vixen going right back with Pray Again, Forest War and War Class. Mordor led them though as they head past the 750. It's Mordor opening up the field and led by a length to Glasgow Girl, so they look to be going really quickly. 2 lengths Amber Highway, a similar margin then to No Dice, shading Civvy Street. Back there in the clear, a length and a half away, Lucky Landing, and further back is War Class, Desert Vixen, Pray Again. Dropping out last is Forest War. A strung out affair as Mordor making all haste for the judge leads at the 300 by 2 to Glasgow Girl. No Dice stoked up by Pike to come after them. Mordor at the 200 by a length to Glasgow Girl. No Dice cuts the margin back. Glasgow Girl, Mordor, No Dice has got them. No Dice ranges up, hits the front, pulls away, and she's over the second. No Dice pricked the ears up and beat Glasgow Girl from Mordor. And then came Lucky Landing or Civvy Street for fourth. Pray Again next in from Amber Highway. War Class, Desert Vixen are back there in the field, and likewise Forest War. So easy pickings at the finish for No Dice, and has run 1:10. So 1:10 and a tick. They're really running time here after the first two events. So 1:34 and a half in the first, and now 1:10 neat virtually here in the second, and it's No Dice. For Sarah Evans, great Saturday result here for trainer Sarah Evans, a part owner, and ridden by Willie Pike. All unfolded beautifully, speed on, and then dominated them in the last 200 running away, and she was able to just prick her ears up and idle down to the post to win as she pleased. Over Glasgow Girl, who stuck on very, very well, and the pacemaker Mordor, but they were all off the bridle back hunting and never got comfortable at any stage of the race really. 8, 1, 3 and 7, a length and a quarter by 1 margins, and they've run home in 34.21. No Dice is a Bradbury's Luck mare. She's now 4 out of Can't Afford for Sarah Evans, S Pace and Miss J Daniel, and ridden by Willie Pike. And that's her third win now from 16 as she appeared second up in this campaign. She comes off a good run on return, and she's matched that today with a strong effort in winning race number 2. Glasgow Girl, they did spec at long odds by Regano out of Highest Honour. Brad Graham prepares for MJ, Dr. RJ Lukatelich, ridden by Victoria Corver, and Mordor, trained by Ryan Hill, handled by Troy Turner, is by Machino from Modus, and certainly gave them something to catch. It rolled them along at a very, very good pace. The next of the day, the running of the Amelia Park Plate for the 2-year-olds is over 1,100 metres. Number 15, Ancient Guidance, comes out. Troy Turner will ride number 14, having its first start sanctions. 2 changes there to the next at 8 minutes after 1 o'clock. As we join Britt down in the yard, and what a good result this is for part owner and trainer Sarah Evans.
It is indeed. Sarah joins me now. No Dice victorious here, second up. What were your thoughts coming into the race after the first up run?
I was fairly confident. I knew that she needed the fitness from last time, and all she had to do was clock even close to the same sectionals and we'd be all right, but I still stitch myself most times. So.
What were you thinking during the run when the pace was on out in front?
It was all pretty perfect, huh? And Pikey just did his thing, right? Just sits her exactly where she needs to be and gave her the time she needed to wind up, and she just looked comfortable.
Tell us about what she's been like this preparation with the benefit of a bit of a spell.
Yeah, I was worried when she came back this time, because last prep we just needed to put a line through it. We got caught chasing the win, and it was just a bit frustrating. And so I was worried when she came back about whether she was going to come back with that same attitude, and she didn't. She came back fresh and happy, rolled nicely in the trial, but she's lazy, so she only does what she has to do. And her attitude since has been brilliant. So, yeah, awesome.
What do you put it down to, the attitude change?
I don't know. I mean, she's just a good, tough kid, you know, and consistent and a trier, and you'd love a whole barn full of them. She's tiny, and I think she's grown longer instead of up. So she's got a few things not going for her, but that attitude and the heart she's got, she's just brilliant. So if we make her as happy as possible, she just brings it.
She makes you as